All right. So good morning. I am Sudharman Jayavira from National Science Foundation Technology Innovation and Partnerships Directorate. Welcome to NSF VINES webinar for India-US collaborative proposal information. I am very happy to have our NSF colleagues from Science Directorate, who is actually co-leading with the NSF Wines program, and also our Indian colleagues from MeitY, who will actually provide country-specific information that are applicable to the Indian PIs. So in the interest of time, so what we're going to do is I'm going to just briefly introduce WINES program, and then I'm going to dive into track 2 of WINES program so that we can save time rather than having to switch back and forth too much. And then my colleague Abraham Mata from SAIS CNS division will talk about the track 1 of NSF Wines. And then I'm going to pass the session to our Indian colleagues who will talk about country-specific information for track 1 and track 2 for as applicable to the India-US collaborative proposals. Okay, so the NSF VINES program goal is actually, as we articulate, is to enhance the US competitiveness in advanced telecommunication technologies and to establish US as a global leader in both next-G wireless telecommunications and emerging potential next-G vertical industries, and to address the need for skilled workforce and expertise in these technology areas. The program objectives, I'm not going to read through everything, but I want to highlight a couple of them. And the first one is that the program actually has 2 tracks because it's planned to support both use-inspired fundamental research as well as the vertical-driven technology development, demonstration, and translation. And also, I want to highlight that we want to enable formation of US and international collaborations with like-minded countries, and specifically India, Japan, Finland, and Sweden, to speed up the rate of innovation towards open, global, interoperable, reliable, resilient, and secure networks, the next generation wireless telecom networks. So as I said, to achieve those objectives, we have structured the program in 2 tracks. The track 1 is the use-inspired fundamental research that will support the activities focused on use-inspired fundamental research to develop novel networking techniques and solutions. The track 2 is focused on verticals-driven technology development, demonstration, and translation, which will support activities focused on technology development, maturation, demonstration, integration, and translation of solutions with higher technology readiness levels, TRLs, with the goal of producing adoption-ready technologies. And in track 2, there are 7 partners. I'm not going to again read through them. These are agencies, the US government agencies, as well as our international partners. And in this context, of course, is the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, MeitY, from India. Now, I'm going to switch to track 2 of WINES. The track 1 of WINES program, my colleague will talk about in a little bit. The track 2 projects have several requirements. The first one is that it should have an emerging translation or adoption-ready next-G networking technology identified that is applicable to any part or parts of the end-to-end system. And that technology should have the potential for translation and adoption in next generation mobile telecommunication networks, including 6G, cellular, and Wi-Fi, but we are not specifically talking about 6G, but we are talking about in general next generation advanced wireless networks. The second thing is requirement is that the track two projects should identify a wireless vertical for which the performance or capability offered through identified networking technology advancement will be critical for its success, meaning that that vertical's connectivity requirements may not be reasonably met by today's networks. That is when we say reasonably, that means cost effectively, reliably, securely, or efficiently. And the goal of the Track 2 project proposal should be the maturation, implementation, and integration of the proposed networking technology within the context of the identified vertical application. And then finally, the requirement is that at the end of the project, we expect an at-scale demonstration of the integrated system enabling the selected vertical in an end-to-end network, either a testbed or a platform or in partnership with deployed network operators. Essentially, we want you to demonstrate that the performance or capability achieved by the developed networking technology indeed can and will enable the selected vertical application. To satisfy those requirements, the teams should have three different type of expertise in Track 2 proposal teams. It should have the expertise of the identified primary networking technology, what we call the competency A. And also it should have the expertise in the selected vertical application, what we call the competency B. And then it should also have the expertise in integrated end-to-end system or the network. Now, to make sure that your team and the proposal concept meet these requirements, the teams must submit a concept outline before submitting a full proposal if you plan to submit a Track 2 proposal. The first thing, only Track 2 proposals require a concept outline. The proposals must include the email that we will provide you approving your concept outline when you submit your full proposal under the program officer concurrence email section. Now, these are the 7 different technologies that are desired as potential primary networking technologies for Track 2. These are listed in the solicitation, so I'm not going to read through them because of that. And these are some of the potential vertical applications or the vertical industries of interest that for the Track 2 proposals, but these are just some ideas. These are not either preferred or an exhaustive list. You may propose emerging potential verticals that you believe can be important and can be enabled by your networking technology that you're going to propose. Now, although we listed those 7 primary networking technologies of interest, we are not going to limit strictly to those 7. If you think that you have a particular vertical that requires a particular networking technology solution to enable it, and if it is not in that list, you are welcome to propose it. The only thing we ask is that you need to make sure that you actually justify that technology choice convincingly, both in your concept outline as well as in full proposal. And also for any primary networking technology solution that you propose, it should at least be at what we call technology readiness level 3 currently. For Track 2 proposals, the an individual can only be the PI or co-PI in only one proposal. For track 2 proposals, an individual can only be the PI or co-PI in one proposal. And that is including both proposals with or without international collaborations. However, a person can be the key or senior personnel in any number of track 2 proposals. You cannot be the PI or co-PI more than once, but you can be participating as a senior or key personnel in any number of proposals. Now, when it comes to the international collaborative proposals, a track 2 team may include a bilateral collaboration between the US and one of the participating countries, and that applies to both track 1 and track 2, in fact. Now, in track 2, however, in an international collaborative team, entities from the same country cannot be primarily responsible for both networking technology, which is the competency A, and the vertical expertise, the competency B. That is, you must demonstrate that entities from one country are primarily responsible for the competency A, while those from the other country are primarily responsible for the competency B, both in the concept outline and the full proposal. The rationale is that participants from each country should possess unique capabilities that increase the chance of project success and potential translational impact that actually justifies the collaboration between the two countries. Track 2 projects going to be up to $6 million per award over 3 years. And in the case of international collaborative proposals for the track 2, the budget for the US team can range between 2 to 4 million, which means that it is symmetrically 2 to 4 million for the Indian team as well. The total combined budget must not exceed $6 million over the 3 years. And these awards will be cooperative agreements from the NSF side, but the award vehicle for Indian proposals, Indian awards will be determined by MeitY. As I mentioned, for track 2 proposals, you must submit a concept outline. And the concept outline deadline is August 25th, and the email address to submit those concept outlines vines-track2@nsf.gov. The idea of the concept outline is that if you submit the concept outline, we will see whether your concept outline and the project team formation actually meet the requirements that are in the solicitation. If it does not, we will provide specific feedback so that actually you can revise your concept outline and resubmit and get the approval to submit a full proposal. Without that approval email, you cannot submit a full proposal for track 2. So you must make sure that you submit before August 25th your concept outline and give yourself enough time to revise and resubmit in case that your original or the first initial submission does not meet the requirements. So as I mentioned, under the program officer concurrence email section, you need to upload that email we will provide you with once your concept outline is approved. Okay, now for the international proposals, international collaborative proposals, it's extremely important that you obtain the eligibility letter for the international team. In this case, the Indian team members need to contact MeitY to obtain the eligibility letter. It is completely up to MeitY to decide who receives the eligibility letter. So you need to contact MeitY, the contacts given in the solicitation and the program pages, so that you can find out what documents you need to submit to receive that eligibility letter. You need to upload that eligibility letter for both track 1 and track 2 proposals with an international collaboration with your full proposal. Now, for the concept outlines for track 2, you do not need to provide the eligibility letter. It is only required at the full proposal stage. For any questions regarding the foreign collaborators, you must contact MeitY. In this case, for the Indian PIs, you must contact the given using the given email addresses MeitY to obtain the country-specific information. Now, also remember, obtaining the eligibility letter is the responsibility of the Indian PIs. So if that is the Indian-US collaborative team, it is the Indian PIs who need to contact the MeitY to obtain eligibility letter. Okay. The track 1 deadline for the full proposal is going to be August 25th. It is the same deadline for the track 2 concept outlines. And the full proposals for track 2 will be due on September 25th. Remember, you cannot submit a track 2 full proposal without having an approved concept outline. So you must submit the concept outline before August 25th. And the last thing I want to point out is that there is an upcoming networking event for the international and US collaborations. It is to support the PIs from different countries and US to network and chat about whatever their networking interest. And we initially planned 2 sessions, but we're going to remove the second session at 7 p.m. and move everyone into 10 a.m. Eastern session because there's a lot of overlap between the registrants for the 2 sessions. So we believe that it is probably more meaningful to have just a single session. All right, okay. So thank you, and I'm going to pass to my colleague Abraham Mata, who can talk about specifically NSF Wines Track 1. Thanks.
Thank you, SJ. I'll share my screen. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, all right. All right, so good morning, everyone, or good evening. So I'm Abraham Mata. I'm Program Director in the Division of Computer and Network Systems within the Science Directorate, who is leading Track 1. So I'll give you today an quick overview on Track 1. Again, I'm going to highlight a few things, but obviously you should read carefully the solicitation. It has more information and guidelines. So track 1 has a bit more partners or different partners. So NSF is the coordinating agency. We have program directors involved from several directorates, size and tip, leading track 1 and track 2, plus PDs from engineering and mathematical and physical sciences. We have industry partners, as you see here, Ericsson, Intel, and Qualcomm. International partners, MeitY is involved in both track 1 and track 2. For Finland, we have Research Council of Finland as opposed to Business Finland, Japan Science Technology, and Sweden as well. And the federal partners are NIST, Defense, and Department of Homeland Security. So track 1 proposals have to focus on use-inspired fundamental research, as SJ mentioned. The awards are up to 3 years, 1.5 million per award. The funding source are obviously the government agencies and track 1 industry partners. international teams or collaborations. International teams will be funded from the international partner agency. In this case, today's case, MeitY. And industry partners, since the industry partners are involved in
Abraham, can we intervene? Some of the participants are not able to see the screen as they have mentioned in this comment section. So can I just ask your team to check that?
Try the slideshow mode.
Can you see my screen, SJ?
I can see. So
I can see the screen. I think there must be some issue at their end.
Yeah, I think
I have
there
received
is
2-3 comments from the participants. Not sure correct screen is being shared. We can't see the shared PPT.
So
We are
we
seeing
can
the
just ask them to log in again, maybe.
yes. So
yeah, there is Zoom has a tab on top, so make sure you
Yeah.
choose the tab that has my screen, the presenter screen. There is a tab on top of Zoom there. You may have selected to pick that. All right. Sorry. Okay. So let me continue. So the industry partners are involved in funding track one proposals.
Abraham,
Yes.
can you put your slide on the slideshow mode? Your background is showing. Your monitor screen is showing.
Oh. On my screen.
Yeah. Okay. Just use the slideshow mode, right?
Oh. I think I'm using slideshow. Okay. Sorry for the interruption here. Desktop. Oh, I was doing this. So okay.
Or maybe you share the desktop here.
Maybe I share the desktop. Let me see here. How about now? No.
Didn't come.
Yeah, we were able to see it for some time, for a few seconds, and then it went off. Maybe just share that that specific screen. It was there for some time. Yeah, it's there.
Is that okay now?
Yeah.
But your computer screen is showing. Can you drop the file in Teams? I can try to see.
The whole file is showing. Let me see. I have two screens here. Maybe that's why it's confused.
Yeah, probably you are showing the desktop instead of a particular window.
How about this one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Does this work?
Yep.
Yeah, we can see. I think we can see
On the slide?
Yes.
Can you see only the slides now?
Yes.
Slide
Yeah.
number.
Okay. All right. So sorry again for the delays here. All right. So I'll go a little bit quicker here. Again, industry partners may not participate in track one proposals, and proposals should not contact partners directly since, again, they're involved in funding track one proposals. There is the solicitation has submission instructions that I'll let you look at that carefully and look at additional guidelines, especially for international collaborative proposals. For instance, highlighting something. So the title here should include, or the proposal should have VINES as a keyword, the acronym, and then track one or track two. And then in this case, since we are talking about international collaborations, we'll include NSF the international agency, in this case, MeitY. And you have other guidelines there you should look at. For international collaborative proposals, we require eligibility letter as SJ mentioned, so I will not talk more about that. Please make sure you get that letter as soon as possible, and our MeitY colleagues will be talking next about how to obtain such eligibility letter. Again, the international PIs, the foreign PIs will be getting that eligibility letter and should be included also in your full submission to NSF. Again, track one is use-inspired fundamental research. So we have both, we identify two groups, Group A and Group B. Group A for capabilities, advanced network capabilities for next-G networks, and Group B enabling technologies. So each project, track one project must target at least one primary group A capability and one group B enabling technologies that will enable this kind of capability, advanced capability. And the project description has to describe the synergy between these two. So we call these elements of each group research vectors. So you synergies between research vectors in group A and B, you should describe in your project description. Again, there is additional review criteria for track one, which is basically mainly about the synergy between group A and group B. So your fundamental research will advance an enabling technology that will in turn advance a new capability or advanced capability in next-G networks. Again, I will go back to this list. This list again as examples. We hope you pick from this list, but there is you can also choose your own Group A research vector or Group B research vector, as long as you convincingly make a compelling case in your project description. So the project is track one, up to 3 years, 1.5 million total. If an for international collaborative projects, the funding will be U.S. team will be funded up to $750K from NSF for the government here, and then the international team will be funded from, in this case, MeitY for the rest of the funds. In terms of eligibility or restrictions, we have no restrictions on the number of proposals per organization, but there are a limit on number of proposals per PI or co-PI for track one. In this case, it is 3, no more than 2 track one US only proposals without international collaborations. And since we want to encourage international collaborations, you can also be involved in one more track one proposals that involves international partners. And these limits are independent of track 2. So track 2 already has a limit of 1, and here we have a limit of 3. But again, the keywords, you have to have keywords in your project summary listed to identify the research vectors that you choose for your project. Research vectors will include what? Again, advanced capability from Group A and what is the enabling technology from Group B. Again, this is a primary research vectors. You can have others as well. In the project description, for track one proposals, you must include a section that explicitly address VINES solicitation specific review criteria, up to 1 page, about 1 page in length. So again, why you choose these research vectors and what the synergy between Group A and Group B. You have to include an evaluation plan section. You can add details in your management plan in a supplementary document. There are other documents that you have to, supplementary documents you should submit. So please see the solicitation for that. For letters of support and collaboration, letters of support are not permitted. Only letters of collaboration and should follow the PAVG guidelines. So basically, the letter of collaboration should just describe the intent of the collaboration, not support or endorse the proposal. And industry partners, again, because they're involved in funding track one proposals, will not provide letters of collaboration and/or commitment for track one proposals. And please, again, do not contact industry partners in track one. Management plan is very important supplementary document that you'll have to submit. This is besides or in addition to outside the 15-page project description, should not exceed 4 pages. And it must include certain sections, including a list of project personnel, a plan for collaborative team coordination, project schedule, including a Gantt chart, and also a brief plan for establishing a project website. Intellectual property rights, I'll let you read that in the solicitation, but basically is a standard basically that says following the Dole Act of 1980, which basically says that you should give the sponsoring entities a non-exclusive royalty-free license to any IP resulting from the research conducted here, but obviously you can delay your publications and so on to allow for patent applications, but NSF terms and conditions requires you to publish all results, data, and software generated during the research as soon as possible. So just to remind you, the deadline for track 1 is the full proposal deadline is August 25. And that's it from me.
All right, thanks, Abraham.
Yeah.
So, Kamlesh, Sunita, Prakash, who would go for track 1, India specific information, and track 2? You're going to switch between two of you, or
Yes.
okay, yeah, I'll let you guys go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, and welcome you all to this MeitY NSF VINES informational webinar. I think we have a very good amount of participation from the Indian side, and I'm hopeful that we get a good response in this. I'll just briefly give a very broad overview of MeitY activities, and then it will be taken over by my colleague Prakash, who will be talking about the initiatives and what the expectations are from the MeitY side for this VINES proposals. So, just to give a background to our Indian friends and also from participants from US, that MeitY and US signed the implementation arrangement on 16th of May 2023 for research collaboration, and as part of that, the first call for joint proposal under the core program was announced in the areas of semiconductor research, next-gen communication technology, cybersecurity, green technologies, and intelligent transportation systems. Under this call, we had total 138 complete proposals which were submitted, and 124 were submitted on to both the sides. And after initial screening, 106 proposals were finalized, and out of that, 13 proposals have been awarded for funding by both sides with an accumulated outlay of about $10 million US. So this was regarding the first call for proposal that went for Indo-US MeitY NSF funding. And now we are ready for this VINES project, which will be again a collaborative research efforts in the area of communication technologies. And what we are looking forward to are proposals which will benefit both the countries in terms of technologies with equal partnership. There has to be true exchange of knowledge, and as MeitY focuses more on applied research, we are looking forward to good proposals coming in from academia, which can be evaluated for translation of technology, and in the track 2, some proposals which can reach the market with industry efforts. So that was from my side, and I would now request Prakash, my colleague, to take over and explain about the track 1 and track 2 from MeitY side expectations. Prakash?
Yes, ma'am.
Sunita, you were not navigating the slides, right? You were.
No, I had no slides. Now Prakash will be sharing the slides.
Okay, because I want to make sure that it was
No, there were no
my
slides from my
technical
side.
issues. Yeah.
Okay. So thank you, ma'am. Thank you for highlighting the MeitY expectation in this program. Okay. And I think our colleague at NSF has already covered all the contour of this program and areas and key enabling technology, what we are going to cover in this program. So just I am repeating those slides only. Okay. In which area we will be interested in track 1 and track 2. So as already mentioned by Abraham, in the track 2, we are looking for the fundamental research and use cases, and the emerging verticals like healthcare, transportation in our side, because we are the electronics and IT ministry. So we will be looking for more toward the smart manufacturing and use cases of 6G and delivering those key technology for smart manufacturing. And apart from this smart manufacturing, transportation, smart city, and power grid. So this list is not limited to, and we will be covering possible use cases of 6G. So for track 2, as already Sudha has mentioned, that we are looking for the candidate technology who is going to covered in the 6G, like one of the key component is ISAC, integrated sensing and communication. So we will be looking for all the ITU required use cases that is released by ITU. So these are the list, or we will be more interested in open standard and interface-based solutions for development of these use cases. And if you can just go to the list, so AI is one of the key component that touch every verticals of the 6G technology. So we will be happy to undertake and more focus towards the AI in 6G technology. That is the key component. Another component is RIS, because in Indian side, because of connectivity issues, we will be more focusing on RIS technology also, and we have many more initiative in India. We have already undertaken towards the RIS. So regarding to proposal submission instruction, because we haven't yet published the call on the MeitY website, in a couple of days, I think it will be ready. Okay, and you will be able to see that all the instruction, all the eligibility criteria, what we are looking from the Indian side. Okay, so we will put in a couple of days on the MeitY website. Okay, and we will populate through email also. So proposal, first we would request applicants to submit the proposal on the both side, in the NSF side and as well as in the MeitY side. Proposal that is submitted on the single side, we will not accept it, and it will be rejected. So I think already proposal deadlines we have already covered in the NSF slide. So the same deadline we are also keeping from the MeitY side. Okay, and most for the regarding the IPR sharing also, we are okay, and we are in line with the NSF track 1 IPR requirement. So we are on the same line. In the track 2, because we are opening fund for industry as well as startup and academics, R&D labs, we are opening for the first time. So slightly we have a different requirement unlike NSF. So our expectation is that once we stand alone supporting industry, our expectation is that industry will match the MeitY fund in the track 2. So that is not a requirement for track 1. In track 1, we are allowing our academic institution of higher learning and our R&D institution and R&D lab. But in track 2, we are expecting industry participation, industry as well as academics, R&D labs, R&D institution, and the consortium of these entities. But once industry will participate, so we are looking for 50% of the fund what MeitY will contribute. And IP will be retained by industry once they will put 50% for the commercial aspect. So we will be allowing this time. So these are, I already spoke about this track 1 eligibility criteria. We are allowing academic institution, government R&D institution, and lab. And terms and CI must from the Indian institution. And we are also encouraging industry to participate in track 1. And we will be insisting all the academic institution to come with industry partner, so that it can finally the technology developed can go to by the use of industry. So we are encouraging industry to join academic partner, as an academic partner. And it's true. And the track 2, we are allowing domestic companies, startups as per our DPIT norms, and what are the definition has been mentioned in the circular. So the same composition will be, we are allowing the team in consortium mode also, like industry can join academics and academic can join industry. Okay. And there should be a predefined mechanism of IP sharing amongst all the participants. So before in the track 2, if they submit the concept outline, because we are looking for higher TRL level, so they have to disclose their background IP, and so that we will be able to know that from which level they are starting, and once they will reach to the final goal, and they will have a clear-cut commercial roadmap. So I think all are the matter we have covered in the slides by NSF also. So nothing. Okay, from the budget side, because MeitY is one of the country which is participating in this VINES program. So we have committed $10 million from the Indian side, and same will be matching by NSF side. So for the track 1, we have earmarked, this is not a clear-cut boundary, but roughly we are expecting to put some money around $4 million in track 1, and in track 2, we are putting some $6 million in the track 2. So because NSF side, they have already committed, they will put matching funds. So each proposal per award, it would be around 750K from each side for the track 1, and for the track 2, around $2 million from the east side. So we are expecting some 8 to 10 awards jointly that would be done by MeitY and NSF in this program, including track 1 and track 2. So because I already mentioned in a couple of days, we'll be floating this call for proposal and solicitation to invite the proposals in track 1. And for the track 2, because September 25th is a deadline, so we are asking a concept outline by 25th August so that we can discuss with our colleagues at NSF side, and we will those proposals which are considered in this concept outline, then we will asking for the full proposal to submit that. So these are the deadlines. So any query, you can reach out to these email ID. We will be happy to respond your query through email also. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Sunita. Thanks, Prakash. That's a lot of information. I think you will post these slides on your website, right?
Yes. One more thing I like to add, after receiving the questions FAQ, we are raising the FAQ and will available on the MeitY website so that they can go read better. All the queries will be solved.
Great. Yeah. Okay. So there's one question. Maybe this is mostly for you guys.